Okay, so let's get right into it. While everyone's been watching the big AI names, the GPTs, the Claudes, something huge, something almost hidden has been happening right under our noses. Think of it like a tectonic plate shifting in the world of AI, and it's about to change absolutely everything we thought we knew about who's winning this war. Just look at this number for a second, 1,131%. That's the one-year growth and how much companies are spending on a single American AI model, Claude. And that's just in South Korea alone. We're talking almost 20 billion won a month. It's insane. So, on the surface, this paints a really clear picture, doesn't it? It looks like American AI is just running the table, dominating the high-end corporate market. You'd think, okay, game over. It seems like a clear win for the big US labs. But, well, that's only the story you can see. But what if that whole battle for big corporate contracts isn't the real war at all? What if the actual front line, the one that truly matters, is being fought in the trenches, among the millions of developers building the future? And what if, on that front, America isn't just losing? What if it's already lost?
And this, right here, is where our story takes a massive turn. Because when you stop looking at the corner offices and start looking at the developer market, the people who are actually building the next wave of AI tools, a totally different reality just snaps into focus. A silent takeover has been happening. The sheer scale of this is, frankly, mind-boggling. If you look at the data from Open Router, which is basically a giant gateway for developers to access all kinds of AI models, Chinese models now make up 61% of all the token consumption. Let that sink in for a second. The majority of the global developer market is already running on AI models from China. So how on earth did this happen so fast? It really just comes down to some pretty brutal math. You've got the Chinese model Min and Max, which gives you basically the same coding performance as America's top-of-the-line Claude Opus. Look, it's 80.2% versus 80.8%. They're neck and neck. But then you look at the price, it's 17 times cheaper. I mean, if you're a developer building an app, it's not even a choice, it's a no-brainer. And don't for a second think this is just some overseas thing. The COO of OpenRouter himself says that US companies are a huge part of this trend. They're using these super cheap Chinese models for what they call agentic flows. The automated repetitive stuff that just runs 24/7, like turning out code or writing endless marketing emails. So just as the rest of the world is sort of waking up and smelling the coffee on this new reality, China is already getting its next move ready. And this isn't just another cheap model. No, this is a strategic weapon. It's designed to completely rewrite the rules of the game. Let's talk about DeepSeek v4. I mean, the rumored specs on this thing are just off the charts. We're talking a 1 trillion parameter model, a massive 1 million token context window, and here's the kicker, a coding benchmark score of 90%. Now that doesn't just match Claude and GPT-4, it blows past them. This is a true frontier-level AI. So what's the secret sauce here? Well, it's something called engram architecture. The simple way to think about it is that it lets the AI look up simple facts without having to fire up all its most powerful, energy-guzzling processors. It separates knowing from thinking. This means the model can be way bigger and way smarter, but actually be more efficient and cheaper to run. It's a total paradox that could completely reshape the economics of AI. But you gotta understand, this isn't just about one amazing model, it's a national strategy. DeepSeek v4 wasn't just built on any old hardware. It was reportedly designed from the ground up to run on Huawei's own Ascend chips. This is China's declaration of AI independence. You've got the model, the chip, and the cloud, all in one self-sufficient ecosystem, totally free from US tech. Okay, so where does this leave the rest of us? This massive shift has basically fractured the future of AI into 3 completely different possibilities. Let's just walk through what the world might look like in just a few months. So scenario A is the best case scenario. We give it about a 40% chance. DeepSeek v4 gets released open source. If that happens, you'd see this incredible explosion of creativity. API costs would just crater, maybe by 90%. And it would kick off a golden age for indie developers building things we can't even dream of yet. Now, for the most likely outcome, sitting at a 45% probability, a bipolar world. You'd see China and its allies rally around their own tech stack, DeepSeek, Huawei, the whole thing. Meanwhile, the West keeps using its own high-end models for critical thinking, but quietly farms out all the grunt work to the cheaper Chinese models. It's a new tech Cold War, fought with APIs and algorithms. And finally, you have the worst-case scenario, the AI Iron Curtain.
Spooked by security risks, the US government could just ban or heavily regulate access to Chinese AI models. The cheap options vanish from platforms like OpenRouter, competition dies on the vine, and API costs shoot right back up, locking everyone into just a handful of expensive Western tech giants. Okay, so this is all fascinating high-level geopolitical chess, right? But let's bring it back down to earth. What does this actually mean for you, whether you're a developer, a founder, or just someone trying to get work done with these tools? Let's get practical. Right now, the smartest way to play this is with a dual model strategy. Use the expensive, powerful Western models like Claude as your scalpel, right? For the high-stakes, complex architectural thinking. But for the other 80% of your work, the repetitive stuff, the bulk code generation, the data cleaning, you switch to the ultra-low-cost Chinese models. They're your sledgehammer. And the key is you have to keep testing and reevaluating because the best model for any given job is changing almost every single week. And the reward for doing this? It's not small. By being smart about how you route your AI tasks between the high-cost and low-cost models, you could realistically slash your total AI API bill by 60 to 70%. And you can do that without really seeing a drop in quality. I mean, that is a game-changing amount of money to save. So as these tectonic plates keep grinding against each other, the entire map is being redrawn in real time. The old playbook? It's obsolete. The cost of incredible AI power is plummeting, and where that power comes from is changing faster than anyone can track. So the only real question left to ask yourself is, in this new AI world, which role are you going to play?